Now picture this. You have just moved into your new home only to discover the doors don't close properly. The shower floods the kitchen and the toilet isn't even connected. Dodgy builds are ruining the lives of countless everyday Aussies, but now one man is out to save them.
It's the horror reality facing too many Aussie homeowners.
So what we're seeing is owners facing bills of $70,000, $90,000, over $100,000, and often they're required to pay that within a very short time frame. Owners are actually having to go into bankruptcy to avoid these kinds of costs.
The Aussie dream proving anything but, thanks to an increasing number of new builds riddled with defects.
We've had a recent situation in Victoria where it was a 10-apartment complex, and basically they had to demolish it and rebuild it because of the dodgy work done by the builder.
Research shows up to 60% of new apartments in Australia have construction flaws, including cracked foundations, combustible cladding, balcony defects and water leaks leading to black mould. The effects for some beyond devastating.
We had one person in that building take their life, a second attempt. This is where it becomes really serious for us because we can no longer accept that these owners are basically on an island, deserted, no government support, no builder being held accountable.
Now industry experts are pushing for harsh criminal penalties and legal reform to crack down on dodgy work.
Government needs to take a firm action. I know that the builders and developers won't like it, but at the end of the day, it's not fair that the owners are the ones that are copying the defect bill.
Among those demanding better, tradie turned building inspector Zeher Kahlil, who exposes subpar builds on TikTok to an audience of almost 300,000.
Look at this. How can the building surveyor miss this? And this, and this.
His fines ranging from shocking...
I bet you they were going to concrete this with all this.
...to dangerous.
Look at what I found on the roof. Yep, live wire being exposed.
...to downright disgusting.
Have a look at this. Yeah.
On his quest to save unsuspecting buyers from the cheap and nasty side of construction.
The detector inspector Zeher Kahlil himself is here. Zeher, firstly, you appear to be dressed for absolutely everything. Is this everyday attire?
Well, yeah, I wake up out of bed and straight into my vest and to work straight away. And I actually finished early today because one of the builders kicked me off the job because apparently I'm fully kitted like a SWAT team member.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we had to cancel the job. He didn't let me inspect a job.
Oh, okay.
Did you consider going back perhaps not in military gear?
Yeah.
Well, no, this guy now knows me, but I've got everything on body cam. So the thing is, the client will know that the site manager and builder refused me access. That's why we wear this body cam, to prove that they didn't allow us access. So that's what's going on.
But Zeher, it's not just a body cam. You seem to have a Swiss Army vest. So what else is in there?
So handcuffs. No, I'm not going to handcuffs. I got some gloves here, different types of lights, UV light, laser light, and spirit level here. I mean, this was evolved over the years. You can't just buy it off the shelf. So everything that I need is kind of here. When I'm on a ladder on the roof, I don't have to reach into my pockets. It's really easy to access, and plus, it looks more professional as well.
Are you off to fight crime after this? Like, that seems like a lot of stuff.
Well, the thing is, you know what it is? I really enjoy making content because I love exposing the scammers. Like, these guys are not builders. They're actually just scammers. They got a license, I don't know from where, and all these dodgy things that's going on, like, I love exposing them. And lucky we've got all this support from our online followers that just love that, and they love to learn and also love seeing the exposure,
Yeah, well, talk us through some of that exposure. What's the worst thing that you've ever seen at an inspection?
But the worst one was where we've seen the paling fence from the next door neighbour, which is rotted and it's broken away, being installed on a brand new home. And then later, when I documented all that, guess what happened? The builder blamed me and said that I've installed it during my inspection. And that's why we've got body cam and also... and the client was on site as well. I mean, this is how bad these scammers are. They're not builders. Like, these guys are just fraud in the system, and I just want to expose them, man.
How are builders getting away with this generally?
Well, it's pretty easy. What's going on here is that most of the trades are signing off their own work. You've got the roofers, you've got the waterproofers, the plumbers. They sign off their own works, and then they hand this certificate to the building surveyor, And the surveyor just takes it and he goes, all right, cool, I'm not going to check the work because you're telling me it's compliant. They have to accept it in good faith. The OC gets issued and the homeowner moves in. You have a shower and then your kids downstairs will have a shower as well from the ceiling.
Yes.
Just finally, what's your advice to buyers out there? Because I watch your videos and they're quite worrying. What advice would you give to people that are looking to buy to help them avoid some of these traps?
Like, it depends what you're doing. If you're going to purchase a property, make sure in the contract of sale, put a clause in that protects you in case you find any major items, non-compliant items, that you can exit the contract and get your deposit back. We had one client who didn't have any clause and he was forced to settle to leaking bathrooms, like brand new home, leaking bathrooms, non-compliant roofing. We're talking about over a couple of $100,000 worth of works that now he has to go to court and force the builder to come back because the builder's got paid and you can't force him to come after you settle. You got to take him to court to force him to come. And the insurance that you have, a lot of people misunderstand what's going on with the building insurance. You can't access your builder's insurance unless the builder goes bust, disappears, or dies. So that's very, very important to know that the warranty insurance is basically not there to protect you 100%.
Zeher, thank you so much for your time.
No worries, all good.